Good evening and welcome to the 2007 United Nations Day. Thank you for being here with us today. It is an honor to have all of you here as we celebrate the United Nations Day.
Distinguished guests, today we celebrate the 62nd anniversary since the United Nations came into being in 1945. On that historic day, some 50 countries ratified the Charter of the United Nations that saw the birth of the new era in international relations. It was an era founded on the principles of peace, stability, cooperation and dialogue, equality, human rights and freedom for all peoples of the world. The theme of this year's commemoration, A Stronger United Nations for a Better World, underscores our commitment to building a more effective, efficient and engaged organisation that can best respond to the most pressing issues of our time.
Yang terhormat Dr. Joseph Salang, Tunku Rita Mervyn, Richard, distinguished guests, dear colleagues, it's a great honor to announce that the UN Malaysia Award 2007 is presented to the Economic Planning Unit in the Prime Minister's Department of Malaysia for its outstanding contribution to Malaysia's development over the past 15 years. In setting out the reflections and the deliberations within the UN country team for the choice of the Economic Planning Unit, let me just explain to you what has motivated us for this. Malaysia's impressive track record of economic growth, poverty reduction and high human development has been supported by a system of governance which is embodied in the Economic Planning Unit in the Prime Minister's Department. A systematic approach to development planning emerged in 1956 in the form of the first five-year plan from 1956 to 1960. Just prior to independence, a small secretariat had been established as part of the Prime Minister's office with senior technical staff provided by the United Nations and the World Bank to help support national development planning. In 1961, this secretariat was expanded into the EPU, which became the central organization directing preparation and implementation of the country's long and medium-term development plans. Over time, the Economic Planning Unit has evolved to become a first-class national institution whose analysis and policy guidance have been instrumental in charting the path of the country's development and the achievement of the United Nations Millennium Development Goals. The influence of its work over the past 50 years has been profound. It has been responsible for the preparation of 3 outline perspective plans, 11 5-year development plans, and their mid-term reviews. With its global recognition and acclaim, the Economic Planning Unit has been increasingly active in sharing its experience and transferring its expertise to other developing nations who have sought to emulate Malaysia's development successes, particularly the eradication of poverty. It is with this in mind that the United Nations country team in Malaysia is proud to continue to be a partner of the EPU in support of national development. It is a deserving recipient of the 2007 UN Malaysia Award in its 50th year after independence. We are proud to present today the 2007 UN Malaysia Award to Datuk Dr. Sulaiman Mahbob, the Director General of the EPU, in the Prime Minister's Department on behalf of the EPU.
Thank you you, Mr. Clerk. I would now like to invite Yang Berhormat Datuk Dr. Salam to come on stage to present the 2007 UN Malaysia Award. And I am pleased to also invite Yang Berbahagia Datuk Dr. Sulaiman Mahbob to come on stage to receive the award on behalf of APU. Thank you all. I would like to invite Yang Berbahagia Datuk Dr. Sulaiman Mahbob to say a few words as the recipient of the award.
Saudari Pengurusi Majlis, Excellency Yang Berhormat Datuk Joseph Salam, Deputy Foreign Minister of Malaysia, Dr. Richard Lee, Resident Coordinator for the United Nations Program for Malaysia, Singapore and Brunei, Yang Mulia Deputasi Datuk Ahmad Taurin, President of the United Nations Association of Malaysia, Alan Byrne, the Director of National Art Gallery, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh. It is my great pleasure to present here this evening on the auspicious occasion of the United Nations 62nd anniversary. The United Nations has certainly come a long way in providing support to many developing countries, certainly for Malaysia, the development of many vital socio-economic areas, especially in the areas of human capital development. Indeed, the UN is an important partner of Malaysia's socio-economic transformation, in particular in the initial stages of our nation-building efforts. On behalf of the Economic Planning Unit, the EPU, I wish to take this opportunity to record our heartfelt appreciation and gratitude to UN Malaysia for the United Nations Malaysia Award 2007 presented to the EPU of the Prime Minister's Department. The award is indeed a recognition by the nation of the continuous commitment and sustained efforts of the Malaysian government in combating poverty in this country. Malaysia sees poverty as an affront to human dignity and as a source of social instability in this country, particularly now that we have a multiracial population. Hence, eradicating poverty, irrespective of race, takes a front seat in our policy-making calculus and program planning to the various five-year development plans since 1970. In this regard, the EPU, guided by its planning philosophy of promoting economic growth with distribution, places the concern for eradication of poverty a primary objective of all public policies. The sustainability of the efforts was made possible by strong support of the political leadership of the country, initially by the late Tun Abdul Razak, on whose administration several rural development agencies were created and still existing till now, and now by the present Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Abdullah Ahmad Badawi, who has given instruction to us that he has targeted the eradication of poverty, of absolute poverty by 2010. He has also insisted that urban poverty be given equal